my channel. I want to welcome you and appreciate you, and I'm so glad that you are here. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Spirit fam, let's go ahead and check on your pick a card. We have a beautiful pick a card for you today on your angel message. This is basically going to be a pick a card on who the angels are that are with you and what their message is for you at this time. I want to point out that this is a timeless reading. So I do want you to know that whenever you are seeing this, whenever you are watching this, know that this message is meant to be heard by you from your angels. So as you can see, we have 3 decks in front of you. So we have pile 1 here, which is going to be this beautiful blue, I think this is calcite, this blue calcite stone. Pile 2 is going to be this beautiful citrine, and I'm not quite sure what it's mixed with, heart. And pile 3 is going to be this beautiful flat barite. So what I want you to do, Spirit fam, is go ahead and close your eyes, take in a very nice, big, deep breath. And I want you to become really centered within yourself and really focus inwardly and really ask yourself, which pile is calling out to you? Which pile is wanting to be heard by you? Once again, we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Let's get started. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your pick a card, your angel message. This is going to tell you which angels are with you and what their message is for you at this time. I want to point out that this is going to be a general reading, so that means that it's not every bit and piece is going to resonate with you, so don't try to make things fit that don't fit. And I also want to point out here, pile 1, that if you were drawn to another deck, please go and check out that message as well. So pile 1, let's go ahead and dive right in. So we are starting out with Archangel Raguel, Archangel Jeremiel, and Archangel Jeremiel. Okay, so I do feel that you have Archangel Jeremiel with you quite a bit here. And I feel that we are starting off right at the heart of your reading here, pile 1, that Archangel Jeremiel is wanting you to understand that you are overcoming difficulties at this time. You must understand that the worst is now behind you, and it's important that you recognize how much you have overcome. Understand that whatever challenges, whatever obstacles that you have faced up until this point, know that you are now soaring high above them. I just want to draw your attention very quickly here to this beautiful card, and notice how you have this angel wing, right? And these it looks like a bird, but it is an angel basically, that is basically helping you soar above whatever challenge that you are currently facing at this time. I feel that it's important that you also recognize here with the clairsentient that you're the type of individual who has these deep physical and emotional feelings, and understand that when you are tapped into that, that is what is providing you with divine guidance. It's actually providing you with wisdom and insight. So make note here, Pile One, that whatever messages or whatever guidance that you actually receive, they're wanting you to pay very close attention to that, because that's going to really help you solidify that you're on the right path, that you're making the right choice, that you're doing the right thing. It's also going to help you understand what is for you and what is not for you. It's going to help you recognize the things that you ultimately need to walk away from. Maybe it's going to help you understand that maybe you need to take a different path, that sort of thing. Understand that when we overcome challenges, it brings us an opportunity here to just sort of review. And I want to point out that I feel that your message here from your angels is that as you overcome these challenges, it's going to present you with an opportunity to review all of those challenges, those obstacles, to just review the path that you've been on and recognize that whatever information, whatever wisdom, whatever knowledge that you get from reviewing your past experiences, it's going to help you to resolve, to change, or to heal whatever is unbalanced in your life. So understand that even though you might have faced several different challenges, know that the worst is over. Understand that you're now going to be moving past it. And you need to expect that. You need to understand that whatever sort of comes up emotionally for you, especially because you're very clairsentient, I feel that you tend to really pick up the energy and the vibe that is around you in your given environment. And so it's important that you really tune into that. Understand that whatever emotions come up for you, they really want you to just examine that. They want you to explore that. They want you to take inventory of it, because they're wanting you to recognize that if it's coming up because it either needs to be healed, something needs to change, something needs to become a little bit more balanced here, Pile One. So moving on here, we have see only love. Okay, this is beautiful. So the message here is look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings, and see only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. So what this is really wanting you to understand here, that whatever physical or emotional challenges that you face, recognize that part of reviewing it, part of taking inventory of those experiences here, Pile One, is for you to see it through the eyes of love. It's for you to recognize that, it's about sort of seeing the bigger picture and recognizing that in order for you to find balance within it, or to overcome it, or to heal it, you have to sort of see it through the eyes of love. Your next message here is child. Okay, this is very interesting because I feel this is about inner child. This is about your inner child. It's about, sort of understanding, how children are very innocent and they see the good in everything, and they trust their guidance. They trust their intuition. They trust whatever they feel, and they go with it. And I feel this is what you're really needing to sort of embrace in your life. I feel that you're needing to really look at your inner child and sort of bring about healing for your inner child here, Pile One, because you're really needing to love and nurture that aspect of yourself, because it could be that maybe what you're needing to review or find balance or heal within your life when it comes to physical or emotional difficulties is that you ultimately need to sort of let those things go, especially if it was something that transpired in your past when you were really young. So understand that part of being in healing is letting go of old childhood wounds that are no longer serving us, because we need to be able to let go, find balance, and heal from those things. So next we have playfulness. Okay, I absolutely love this Pile One, because again, it's reiterating the inner child, the child, right? Children are very playful. They don't hold grudges. They recognize that sometimes people make mistakes, but they're willing to see them through the eyes of love. They're willing to let go of grudges and all of those things. And they just see everything through love, and they're playful. I feel this is, again, what you're really needing to do with yourself. You're needing to bring about this playfulness with yourself, and allow your inner child to play, and allow your inner child to heal and go through the process that it needs to go through in order to balance itself out. Next, we have Angel Serena here with the message of abundance. So Serena is the angel of abundance, and understand that abundance isn't all about money. Even though this card says you will receive money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen, have faith. I feel like your primary message here, Pile One, is that you need to have faith that you are already abundant, that you already have everything that you need. And I want you to understand that abundance can mean many things. It can mean financial. It could also mean relationships. It could mean, gratitude. It could mean, having all of your resources being met, having individuals that support you, that honor you and love you and care for you. So abundance can mean lots of things. And I want you to understand that I feel your primary message here from your angels is that if you can be open to receiving love, care, from other individuals or from your team, because I feel like your angels want you to shower you. They want to shower you with all of this love that they have to give you, but I don't feel that you're really open to it. And I feel that your angels are really wanting you to sort of put your guard down a little bit. I feel that your guard might have been up because of all of the challenges that you might have faced here, Pile One, but they're wanting you to just sort of let your guard down, let them into your life so that they can actually, give you the love and the attention that you have been asking for and seeking. Next, we have take control of your thoughts. Okay. I think this is really interesting that this came up. This is an Archangel Michael card because, I've been working really closely here with Archangel Metatron lately, and he has really been speaking a lot about your point of attraction and how your seeds of thought, the things that you constantly focus upon, are vital in order for you to truly start experiencing the life that you want to experience. Understand here, Pile One, that your angels really want you to understand that the key to overcoming any difficulties, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, that you have all relies within your ability to control your thoughts. What this says is your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. Again, understand that you hold the key, and the key to ultimately having the life that you want and seeing the results that you desire is to recognize where you are putting your attention. Where are you focusing all of your attention? And again, if you're not seeing your situation or your circumstance or your life through the eyes of love, it's going to be very difficult for you to remain optimistic or hopeful or positive about anything that transpires in your life. And this is why I feel your angels are really wanting you to understand that they have so much more to offer you, Pile One, but you have to be willing to be open to it. Okay? Next, we have the 5 of Gabriel. This is going to be Archangel Gabriel with a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. Okay, this is beautiful, because what this is ultimately saying is that you are, again, I think it's reiterating for you here. Let me move this down. Hold on. It is reiterating for you here, Pile 1, that you can overcome any challenge that you currently face. Understand that. Understand that you can overcome any challenge. I feel that maybe where your challenges are actually coming from could potentially be coming from other individuals. This doesn't surprise me, considering the fact that you did get playfulness and you did get the child, which for me was more about your inner child, because there could be a lot of beliefs that have sort of been imposed on you by either family or friends or the people around you. And it could have really put you in a position here, Pile 1, where you sort of felt like you were worthless or that you weren't enough for the individuals in your life. And I want to point out here that this is where you're needing to withdraw. You're needing to take control of your own situation, your own, power, and, choose to be around individuals that help you thrive and help you see yourself through the eyes of love. Next, you have the 6 of Michael here, which says, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. So what this is saying is that, understand, again, they're reiterating that the worst is over. You have overcome so much. Now it's all about you focusing on you deciding for yourself which new direction you're going to want to go and what you're going to leave behind in order to experience the life that you ultimately want to have. And you have the 7 of water now, which is making a decision. It's because I feel that you've overcome these challenges that have really made you question a lot of things, and now you're being pushed into this new phase where you're ultimately needing to make a choice. And this is really about focusing in on what makes you feel good, what makes your heart sing. Again, you're clairsentient, so you're going to know exactly what is for you and what is not. You're going to feel it in your gut, and you're going to have that understanding and that sense here, Pile 1. So you'll know whether you're making the right choice or not. The 7 of water is all about choosing intuitively, listening to your gut instincts when it comes to making decisions. And last but not least, you have the star, which is Archangel Jophiel. And I love this for you because it's saying happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans and know that you are on the right path. So again, your angels are really speaking to you here, Pile 1. They're wanting you to understand that, the worst is over. Everything is now working in your favor. And it's basically up to you at this point. It's literally up to you what choice, what decision you ultimately make for yourself here, Pile 1, as to what you are ultimately going to do. I want to point out that the archangels that are really showing up for you here is Archangel Jeremiel and Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, and I really feel that those are going to be the angels that you're ultimately going to want to really call upon when you are struggling. Know that Archangel Gabriel is there to help you with communication. If you are struggling with your thoughts, I love how Archangel Jophiel showed up on the card that said, learn to control your thoughts, because Archangel Jophiel is the Archangel of beauty. And one of the things that I found that helped me a lot to really take control of my thoughts and help me sort of align myself to more positive thoughts was anytime I was focusing on thoughts that were very negative or that were ultimately helping me sort of create old patterns or old beliefs, I would automatically call upon Archangel Jophiel and I would say, beautify my thoughts. Again, these are the archangels that you're going to want to call upon here, pile one, because they're the ones that are showing up for you, and they're wanting to work with you. They're wanting to help assist you on your path and on your journey as you go through life and as you transition from a old phase of your life, as you overcome those challenges into a new phase. Last but not least, we're going to bring in some messages from Archangel Michael here. So the first one you have is a favorable outcome. Then you have admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. And last but not least is the person you're asking about is trustworthy. Okay. Again, I feel pile one here, that I feel that a lot of the challenges, the things that you have had to overcome, whether that's physically, mentally, or emotionally, has ultimately been at the hands of individuals that you have put a lot of trust and a lot of faith in that sort of let you down. And hence the reason why you're in the situation that you're in. But again, I want to point out the worst is behind you. You're now in a position where you ultimately get to choose. You get to choose who you're going to hang out with, who you're going to trust, who you're going to put your energy and efforts into, and really allow yourself to think about the things that you ultimately want. With a favorable outcome, what this is saying is that ask your guides, ask your angels to help lead you, help direct opportunities or options to you that bring about the most favorable outcome for you and all involved. Okay. I feel that that's the most important thing. And with this, it's about understanding that whatever is being presented to you is being presented to you in a way for you to connect with that aspect of yourself that is so in tune with your intuition that you will ultimately choose that way instead of choosing with the mind, right? And so the favorable outcome is just wanting you to know that everything is going to balance itself out. Everything is going to work out exactly the way it is meant to. The admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. What this is really speaking about here, pile one, is that understand that your angels and your guides are there to help you face any feelings that you ultimately feel are too much for you, right? They're there to help you support you in your feelings, help give you grace, and help you learn how to accept those feelings and be more loving and honest with yourself. I think that's the most important thing, because I think that whenever we go through challenges and we go through things that tend to be very overwhelming emotionally for us, it's really hard for us to cut ourselves some slack. Understand here that this is about admitting, being completely, utterly honest with yourself and admitting to yourself that, you know, that you're not perfect. And if you're not perfect, that it's okay to not be perfect. I think that's the important thing. It's really about you recognizing the type of love that you need to give to oneself. And I feel that for some of you, if you've been asking your guides, if you've been asking your angels about a certain specific someone in your life, here's what I'm going to say. I want you to sort of, because I feel a lot of times when we're very confused and we're not in tune with our own intuition, it's really hard for us to decipher whether someone is good for us or not. And a lot of times, and I feel this is the most important thing here, pile one, is that we might be so attached to a specific someone that our gut, our intuition, our instincts is really telling us that we need to let that person go. That person really isn't for us. They don't have our best interest at heart. But we're so attached to that person that we deny our own intuition and our own gut instincts right off the bat. So what I'm going to tell you is that even though this card says the person you're asking about is trustworthy, what I'm going to add to this is that, because I feel they're wanting me to put this in here for you, pile one, is that you need to listen to how you feel when you are around this person, because the way that you feel around someone never lies because you're clairsentient, Pile 1. You feel very deeply. If this person that you're around makes you feel loved, makes you feel wanted, supports you, makes you feel supported and cared for, then yes, they are trustworthy. But if you feel like you're constantly having to really like pull teeth to get anything from them, or you feel like you're giving of yourself and they're not giving you anything in return, and it makes you feel unsupported, unappreciated, then that's your gut instincts. That's your intuition telling you, you need to really rethink this person in your life. So Pile 1, this is your message. Your angels are Archangel Jeremiel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Jophiel. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for joining me today. If you really liked this reading, please do us a favor and give us a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. I want to thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys. Hi, PileTwo. Welcome to your beautiful pick a card on your angel message. This is basically going to be a message where your angels are going to come in. We're going to see who's around you the most and who wants to work with you and what their message is for you at this time. I want to point out that this is going to be a general reading, PileTwo, so don't try to make things fit that don't naturally fit. If it doesn't feel right to you, just let it go. Just take what feels right and let the rest go. So let's go ahead and dive right into your message, PileTwo. So PileTwo, we are starting out with Archangel Ariel with Spread Your Wings, Archangel Jophiel with Clear Your Space, and Archangel Haniel with Moon Cycles. Okay, right off the bat here, PileTwo, I want to talk a little bit about the message that Archangel Jophiel is really bringing in at the heart of your reading here. Archangel Jophiel is the Archangel of Beauty. It also she's also the beauty of, she's also the angel of your space, right? So here it says, clear your space. And what she's saying is get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. But I feel that her primary message for you here, PileTwo, is that it is time that you really clean out all of your energy, not only in the energy of the spaces that you inhabit, but also your friend space and also your energetic space. I feel that, she's coming in because she's wanting you to really understand that there are cycles, right? So with the moon cycles here with Archangel Haniel, it's really about understanding that there are cycles, there are seasons to each and everything, excuse me. So with Archangel Haniel, here it's saying, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. So again, when we speak about the phases of the moon and how it correlates to your space, when we have a new moon and when we have a full moon, so full moon is all about releasing. And then we have a first quarter moon, and then we have, a waning moon and a waxing moon. So it's important that I feel that you learn the phases of the moon and really sort of take inventory, really allow yourself to explore here, PileTwo, how the moon affects you. Make note, if there are certain times of the moon cycle where you feel like you automatically get this urge to like declutter or clean stuff out, or all of a sudden you're like, I'm so done with everything, I just want to let it all go and start fresh. Like, those are the things that you're needing to be aware of here. With Archangel Ariel is wanting you to spread your wings. It's wanting you to not hold back. And it's bringing up that paying attention to the moon cycles and the things that you start incorporating into your life is going to be so vital for you, because I feel that when you're meant to spread your wings, it's really going to be around the time that new beginnings are really happening in your life. So this is going to be around the new moon, where we sort of make plans. We start organizing ourselves into really making, plans towards cultivating something, growing something, working towards something, completing something, right? And that's really when we start really pushing forward, okay? And understand that around the full moon time, that's really when we're going to start closing things down. We're going to really start looking at what worked, what didn't work, what do we need to change, what do we need to let go of, how do we then move on from here. Let's clear up the space so that we can start fresh, start new, and not have things around us that are sort of cluttering things up for us. So I feel that for you here, Pile2, I feel Archangel Jophiel is coming in really strong, because she's wanting you to really recognize, what needs to change in your life. What are the things that you ultimately need to let go of that will allow you to be able to spread your wings a little bit better, and also plan accordingly as to what's going to work better for you. Because I feel like, and understanding with the cycles, again, when we look at it like in the seasons, we're not going to try to plant seeds in the winter, because we know that in the winter, the ground is frozen solid. We're not able to the seed itself will not thrive. Nothing will grow in the winter. It grows in the spring, and we harvest in the fall, right? So again, it's really understanding yourself, understanding your seasons, understanding your cycles, and then figuring out when to make new plans, start new beginnings, and when to start closing up shop and letting things go, so that we can continue to move along the path of your cycle. And that's the cycle of your life here, Pile2. So here we have a change in direction. Okay, so what this is ultimately saying here is that this is saying, Pile2, that I feel that you have to be willing. I think that now is the time that you have to make a change. The change in the direction says the changes you are experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. So what it's saying is that I feel that you're now at the precipice of something new, that you're being asked to clear out the space. Your angels are really stepping in here, and they're wanting you to know that whatever direction that you're currently going in, this is the new direction. So that means that there are certain things in your life that you're going to have to let go of, and recognize that there are seasons and cycles to each and everything that you do and that you incorporate. Next, we have wedding. Okay. So this is interesting, because I really feel that for some of you, this could be that maybe the change in direction that's happening and why you're being asked to sort of clear things up and sort of get clutter free is because maybe some of you are actually getting married. Maybe some of you are getting into a commitment with someone, and it's no longer just about you. Now it's about you and someone else. So now you're bringing in someone else's energy into your own energy space. And that's going to be a lot more to handle, right? So you don't want to go into something with a whole bunch of crap, right? You want to go in clean. You want to go in knowing exactly what it is that you're getting into. And you want to be able to present someone with just the essentials, the things that are the most important to you, right? Not everything. And I feel that for the others of you, this is really, wedding is really about a commitment, and it is a commitment for a lifetime. And I feel that this is about you making a commitment to choose yourself in this new direction, to choose doing the things that you love in the time that is best for you. I think that's important for you here, Pile2. Next, we have children. Okay, this is interesting because pile 1 also didn't have the children card, but it had the child card. So again, I feel this is like a double message. For some of you, it could be that maybe you're coming into union with someone who might have kids, or maybe you're already married and you're planning on having kids, and this is the change of direction. This could be something that you didn't anticipate. You didn't plan on having kids so early, but now there's a change in direction. And look, this one actually has a child in it. So this is interesting. So for some of you, this could be something that just wasn't planned, right? And now you're having to make these changes at the spur of the moment here, pile 2, and everything is going to change, because when you bring children into the mix, again, it's not just about you, it's about the children. It's about the well-being for the children. For others of you, I feel that because you're needing to make a commitment to yourself and choosing yourself, this is really about making sure that at the center of all of your decisions, you're healing that inner child. You're listening to that inner voice that is connected to your intuition, that is ultimately going to help you make choices. Because, you know, the thing with children is that children are very intuitive. They're very psychic. They're very gifted. They don't question what they get. They trust it wholeheartedly. It's the preconditioned beliefs that we sort of force upon children that makes them question, that makes them doubt their guidance and their intuition. And so I feel for you, this is really about you connecting to that inner child and recognizing that, you know, the information and the guidance that you are receiving from your angels is real, and they're wanting you to be able to connect here. Next, we have Archangel Raphael stepping in here for you, wanting you to know that he is helping you to heal any physical challenges that you currently face. The interesting thing here is that Archangel Raphael also helps you connect with things within the earth element. Being connected to your resources. And for me, it's really about connecting to the elementals and the elements that are around you, because that you live here in this space. And I feel that it's important for you to be grounded in this space here, pile 2, especially because you have Archangel Jophiel with Clear Your Space, understanding that the space that you occupy, is it useful? Is the things that you currently have, are they helpful? Are they beneficial to you? Or are they just taking up space? Again, it's really wanting you to recognize that, you know, you're needing to be able to breathe a little bit easier with clear space. And, you know, understanding, I think a lot of people don't realize this. When we sort of hold on to things that are not beneficial to us, or they're not useful to us anymore, it's harmful to our energy. It often makes us feel sick. It often weighs us down. And this is basically in your energy field, right? I look at this as energy cleansing, because we don't realize that when we are constantly in other people's space, or when we're in other people's environments, we're picking up energy from everywhere and we're bringing that home with us. And unless we have an actual routine that we are very consistent with in cleansing our energy space, we're basically holding on to everything that we come into contact with. And it can be very taxing on you emotionally, on you spiritually, on you mentally. It can be exhausting. So I feel that this is why your message, pile 2, is really about clearing out your space. And remember, I said emotionally, physically, mentally, environmentally. It's just cleaning up the space. Next, we have Let It Go. So I feel that your angels are wanting you to just let everything go. Really take inventory, Pile2. What are the things that you are currently holding on to that are not serving you? They're not serving you, or they're not benefiting you in any way for this new change in direction. And so they're wanting you to just let go. Understand that these connections that you have with these people, these places, these things are ultimately tying you to a life that no longer resonates with you, right? You're being pushed in a very new direction here. And this new direction requires you to surrender. It is requiring you to take charge and requiring you to let go of any type of attachments that you might have developed that are not helping you or assisting you in any way here. So right at the start here, Pile2, we have the Ace of Michael. So this is the Ace of Swords. And what this is saying is that the Ace of Swords really brings in new ideas. It brings in new, it's sort of like a new beginning. Again, because I feel like you're changing directions. They're wanting you to sort of align to your truth. Recognize that there are things that you are going to have to cut out. And yes, it might be very challenging, it might be very daunting, and it might not be something you ultimately want to do, but it's really wanting you to recognize that in order for you to make progress, in order for you to move forward, you have to be willing to let go of some things. Next, you have the Three of Gabriel, and this is about planning, right? So if you're moving in a new direction and you're anticipating, you're excited about this new adventure that you're about to embark upon in this new direction, it's really about you understanding that, every step that you take towards moving in that new direction is necessary. So it's really about action. I think it's important that you be very optimistic about these plans, because these plans they're ultimately going to help you in their own way. They're going to help you, okay? Next, we have Archangel Raziel with the Magician. Okay, so the Magician wants you to know you are ready. This change in direction here, Pile2, would have not shown up if you weren't ready. And I feel that Archangel Raziel is wanting you to know that, the things that have sort of played out to this point are pointing you in the direction that you need to go. And it's important that you recognize that you have the resources and the ability to make this possible. So it's really about understanding that life is magical, right? Things happen the way that they are meant to happen. I feel that this is important because I feel this change in direction was so sudden for you. It wasn't something that you were ultimately planning, especially if this involves children. Understand that life is magical. Life is beautiful. Life happens spontaneously sometimes. And it's really about enjoying those moments of bliss and not trying to control them so often. And I feel for you, this is about you recognizing that this new direction is basically leading you towards something even bigger, something more magical that I don't really feel that you anticipate, okay? So honor that. Next, you have the Seven of Fire. So this is really about you. I feel that once you've made this transition and once you've decided gung-ho, okay, I'm going to go in this direction, now comes the time where you defend yourself, defend your decisions, defend your actions, and stand your ground. Recognize that, whatever you decide for yourself here, Pile2, not everyone is going to agree with. But your life isn't meant to be at the expense of other individuals. Your life is for you. So this is when you have to stand your ground and defend your beliefs and your actions, and recognize that you have to choose your battles wisely. You're not meant to fight everyone and everything. It's really about making sure that as long as you're protected, and know that you are protected, you are divinely protected here, okay? Know that everything is going to work itself out. It truly is going to work itself out. So next we're going to get some messages from Archangel Michael here. So we have, forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong, believe and trust, and write about your thoughts and feelings. Okay, pile 2. I feel that your angels really want you to know that in order for you to move in this new direction, you have to believe and trust in yourself. You also have to believe and put trust in your team, because you wouldn't be getting this insight if you weren't ready for this transition. So understand that whatever thoughts or feelings come up that are making you question these next steps in your life, Archangel Michael's wanting you to write them down. They're wanting you to really get all of that out. I call that my dumping journal. So whenever I'm struggling with something, or I'm struggling when I have some fear or I have some doubt, I have an actual journal where I just dump all of my thoughts, all of my negative thoughts, all of my negative emotions, anger, frustration, anxiety. I just dump it all in that book. The idea behind this, and this is where your primary message of clear your space comes out. The idea behind dumping all of those things is because that helps clear your energetic space. It helps clear your mind mentally. It helps clear up your emotions. It helps clear up your physical space from holding on to all of that, because that just muddles you up. Holding on to all of those things just makes it that much more difficult for you to listen to your inner guidance, to listen to that inner child, to connect to your guides and your angels. It's also important to recognize that, there are no mistakes in life. Understand that whatever you have done up until this point, it's done. You can't go back and you can't change it. So there's no point in holding yourself hostage or being self-sabotaging yourself or being cruel to yourself. It's really about you letting it go, letting it all go. Forgive yourself for the things that you've done in the past and move on. I really feel this is all about your energetic space, pile 2, as well as your physical space. And I feel that for a lot of you, this is really weighing on you emotionally and mentally. And I feel that your angels are really coming in because they're wanting you to to clear the air. They're wanting you to let it go because it's really holding you back from having a great experience and a great life, and it's really preventing you from expanding your consciousness. So pile 2, this is your message. I feel that the angels that have really stepped up for you here is going to be Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Michael. Those are the 2 angels that you're really going to want to call upon whenever you are struggling. Know that Archangel Michael will come in with his mighty sword and cut any cords that you have or attachments that you have developed with people, places, or things. Archangel Jophiel will help clear out your space energetically, mentally, and emotionally. Remember, call upon Archangel Jophiel when you need to, beautify something. I feel that the other thing that Jophiel really wants you to really focus on is try to see the beauty in everything. There is beauty all around you. There is beauty deep within you. And I feel that Archangel Jophiel is really wanting you to express that, to feel that, and to know that. So pile 2, this is going to be your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you truly liked this reading, please give us a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your pick a card This is going to be your angel message. This is where we're going to figure out what angels are with you, which angels want to work with you, and what their message is for you at this time. I do want to point out this is going to be a general reading, so don't try to make something fit that doesn't actually fit. I want you to just take with you what resonates and leave the rest. So pile 3, let's go ahead and dig into your message from your angels. So right off the bat, we have Archangel Zedkiel coming in with clairaudience, Archangel Jophiel with patience, and Archangel Ariel with prosperity. Okay, this is very interesting. I want to point out here, pile 3, that if you were drawn at any time to pile 2 and you came here first, I want you to go and listen to pile 2 because there is a message in there for you, because Archangel Jophiel came in at the heart of the reading for that pile as well. I do feel here that the two primary angels right now that are really wanting to grab your attention is Archangel Zedkiel and Archangel Jophiel. Now, at the heart of your reading, we have patience here. And this is amazing because with patience, we have to understand here, pile 3, that things take time. This includes your dreams. Like if you're trying to make something become a reality in your life, we have to be patient. We have to recognize that things take time to grow. And understanding that because it does take time, we have to make sure that we're putting in the right kind of love and attention and nutrients into those dreams in order for them to really take root and sprout. Now, with Archangel Zedkiel, his message here is notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Now, Archangel Zedkiel is a magnificent archangel, and he is the archangel of spiritual truth, spiritual knowing, and spiritual understanding. Now, Archangel Zedkiel primarily works with a violet flame, and I look at this as the flame of truth. It aligns you to your divinity. It aligns you to your divine essence, to who you truly are. And Archangel Zedkiel really brings in like a lot of deep, insightful, esoteric wisdom. And I want you to understand here, pile 3, that I feel that what your primary message here is going to be, we'll see as we continue to draw cards, but I feel that you're trying to grow something in your life, and it could be a dream. You're trying to make it become a reality. And I feel that what Archangel Zedkiel is really wanting you to know is that you're not paying attention to the signs or the synchronicities that they are putting in your path that would help you make more progress in your goals, okay? Or in making this dream become a reality. With clairaudience, this is about really hearing. It's about clear hearing. It's about understanding that you're getting the messages and the things that you hear. It's also important that you be very aware of what you are listening to. Now, I say that because Archangel Metatron came in for me probably a couple of years ago, where he had given me the message in a meditation that said sound is key. And what that, I didn't know what it meant, but now I'm very well aware, because everything is vibration, everything is frequency, everything has sound. We just don't realize that it has sound. And because we live in a very vast AI world right now, where we are completely surrounded by electronics all of the time, there are so many different wavelengths, waves of vibration that stimulate us 24/7. It's also in the things that we listen to, like when we're listening to podcasts or we're listening to ebooks, audiobooks, or we're listening to music. Everything has sound and it carries vibration. Now, what I want you to understand here is that if you're trying to make something grow, if you're putting in time, you're putting in your consistency, you're consistent in your efforts day in, day out of the things that you are trying to grow, but you're not listening to your own internal guidance, it's going to be very difficult to see further progress in what you are trying to grow. Now, with prosperity, this is really about you understanding that your material needs are provided for you. So again, if what you are focusing on right now when it comes to this dream becoming reality is if you're wanting it to take sprout, like if you're wanting it to like grow legs and just jump right off the bat because you feel like I need this money, then understand that is just going to slow everything down. So let's dig a little bit deeper here because I feel there's more for you here, PileThree. Okay, so we are starting out with life purpose. Okay, now what this is saying is that the purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Okay, so I feel that whatever this dream is that you are trying to grow is a part of your life purpose, but it isn't just your life purpose, okay? Because I feel a lot of times people get really confused when they're like, I just need to know what my life purpose is. And then people get really disappointed when they come to me and I tell them, well, this is your life purpose. And they're like, but I thought it was going to be something grand. I thought it was going to be something spectacular. Well, that is something grand. That is something spectacular. Again, remember, everything is about perception, vibration, frequency. So understand that their message for you here when it comes to being patient, when it comes to truly listening to the guidance that you are receiving, they're wanting you to recognize that stop trying to force things to happen. Stop focusing on finding something that is already there, okay? What they're wanting you to do is focus on being of service here, PileThree. Focus on something that aligns with you, that feels right to you, that makes you feel like you're giving joy to someone else. When you focus your energy and your efforts on that, things then begin to grow. They sprout legs and they jump and they move. And this is where I feel you're gonna start to see some significant change. And I feel a lot of times when we're trying to build something from scratch, when we're trying to create our dream and make it become a reality, we get so focused on it being exactly the way that we want, that when we actually get the guidance, when we actually get the wisdom from our guides or our angels, we oftentimes ignore it. We don't listen to it because we're like, no, that's not my life purpose. We're only looking at it from one small perspective. Okay. And I find this very interesting because I just had to experience this myself. Next, we have notice the signs. Again, PileThree, I said, you're not paying attention to the signs. And I feel that you're also hearing the signs from other people. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you, PileThree. Let's say that you are out and about somewhere and you talk with a friend and you're talking about how, you're not really seeing a lot of progress, say in your blog or in your YouTube channel, whatever it might be, right? And let's say that your friend tells you, hey, maybe you should look into this, right? And they give you the name of a program or something that might actually help, right? And you're like, oh, okay. You dismiss it. You go on about your day. You continue focusing on, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to make this work? And you're really, giving that message to your guides, because that's constantly what you're focusing on. You're like, why isn't this simpler? Why isn't this working? Why isn't this growing? Why isn't this spreading, right? And then again, you end up talking to another friend, and another friend tells you the same thing that the first friend told you. But again, you dismiss it. You ignore it. And again, you're focusing on the same issue. You're focusing on the same thing. Why isn't this working? Why isn't this growing? Why isn't this spreading? Right? And then let's say that the next day you're out and you go to a coffee shop, you get a coffee, and you hear two people having a conversation, and they're talking about the thing that, program or whatever it is that your two friends told you about. Now, when you hear something 3 times, that is a clear message from your guides and your angels. Now, I've known this for years, and this is the reason why my guides started really using a very different technique. And this is why it's important that you pay very close attention. You are getting the signs. They are literally hand delivering these signs to you, PileThree, but you're not listening. So what they're saying is, notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and that you are never alone, that you're being heard and that they are being answered. Okay? This is how things are going to grow for you when you really truly start listening to the signs and paying very close attention and taking action towards those, PileThree. Okay, so next up we have spiritual growth. Okay, I do feel that you are going through a period right now. So here's what I'm going to tell you, because you might be very frustrated, PileThree, that things are not growing and they're not moving in the way, there isn't a lot of progress in the way that you want it to be. So here's what I'm going to tell you. When you experience a lull in anything that you're working on, whether that's your spiritual growth, your career, your business, whatever it is, when you experience a lull and there's this sense of apathy or dissatisfaction, I really want you to know, PileThree, that there is stuff going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware of. You are growing in that aspect. Now, that could be that your team is really working on a lot of things behind the scene that you're not aware of, and they're trying to get things in alignment with what you are trying to grow, what you are trying to make become a reality. So understand that the lull or the breaks that you feel is really you growing, right? Now, you could be growing mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, because everything that you experience is teaching you something. Next, we have Angel Layla. Now, this is really calling you to spend time alone in nature and meditation. And they're really wanting you to focus that alone time. They're wanting you to focus on this alone time, to focus on your desires and your intentions. Now, I do want to point out that by you actually setting aside time here, PileThree, this is where your archangels will actually be able to connect with you and give you those audible messages that you will be able to hear. And I have no doubt that the moment you start setting aside time, even if it's just 15 minutes a day, where you sit in silence, whether you put your earbuds on with some meditation music and just count how many breaths you take, like breathe in and breathe out. It's not really about experiencing this high bliss. That will come with practice and with consistency. This is really about you quieting the mind in order to listen and to hear. And I have no doubt in my mind here, PileThree, that Archangel Zekiel will step right in and deliver a message that you will be able to hear. And if you do this, I want you to come back to this video and comment down below that you did this, because I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, Archangel Zekiel is going to be like, finally, they're listening. Okay. Next, we have your loved ones are safe. Okay, so I feel this is just a reminder to let you know that you have to let go of your fear and your worry about the people around you. Again, if you have any fears or doubts associated with, the people around you or the situation or the environment, this is where you're needing to give it to them. They're wanting you to just give it to them because it's not meant for you to worry about them. They're wanting you to really focus on the things that you really want to have and experience. Okay? So next we have the 10 of Michael. Yes, this is about letting you know that it's time to let go of the things that have reached the end of its course, okay? Understand that when things come to an end, that means a new beginning is on the horizon. That means something new is going to reveal itself to you, where you will be able to walk towards it. Now, I know that sometimes when we have to sort of take a bow and walk away from the things that have sort of come to an end, we sometimes have a really hard time of letting that go. The 5 of Raphael is where we often tend to have regret, right? We regret not, making a decision sooner or taking a chance or, whatever it might be. This is where you have to let that go, right? Because you have to embrace every opportunity as it presents itself and understand that things happen the way they are meant to happen. Understand that there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes here, pile 3. Next, we have Archangel Uriel with the sun. And this is wanting you to know that when you can let go of the fear and the doubt of whether you're making the right choice or not, when you can embrace these new opportunities and then just let the rest just fall away as it's meant to, you're going to experience a happy outcome. The sun truly represents breaking through those barriers and experiencing the success or the happiness that we ultimately desire. And I feel that when you do that, you'll be able to then have more ideas of how to grow, how to expand, how to move forward. Okay. And next you have Archangel Raziel with the Hermit. Okay. Understand, they're really bringing in a point here where they're wanting you to find some time to really meditate, spend time alone. It's really about, looking deep within yourself, having that quiet time with yourself. It's really about self-discovery. It's about truly understanding yourself and recognizing that all of the answers that you seek are already deep within you. You just have to find them, okay? So next up, pile 3, we're going to look at some messages from Archangel Michael, okay? So we have honor and trust your feelings. This is so important. Be gentle with yourself and explore your options. So pile 3, I feel that what Archangel Michael is really wanting you to know is that you have to be gentle with yourself. You also have to be gentle with the things that you are ultimately trying to create. This is why patience is so important, because we have to understand that things take time. There's no way that we're going to be able to have, it's almost like we need to let go of that anticipation or that need or desire to have instant gratification. You're also needing to honor and trust your feelings. Now, I want to point out here that you have the, right here with this is violet, and this often brings in Archangel Zekiel to me here. And this is basically wanting you to know that your angels are supporting and guiding you. They're protecting you, and they're listening to you, and they're wanting you to honor how you feel in the moment. Don't try to run away from that. Okay, they're really wanting you to just really hone in on that. The other thing is they want you to be open to exploring other options. Now, I say this because if you are trying to make a dream become a reality here, Pile 3, and your heart is set on having it look a certain way, what they're really wanting you to know is, I have something better. So you need to be open to that. You need to be open to experiencing something differently than what you might have envisioned for yourself or what you might believe is the way that it should be, okay? They're wanting you to know that sometimes their vision for you is far grander than the vision that you ultimately have for yourself. So be open to it. So Pile 3, this is your message. I feel that the archangels that really stepped up for you, that really want to work with you and communicate with you, are Archangel Ezekiel and Archangel Jophiel. I really feel that those two angels are the ones that you need to call upon. Archangel Ezekiel to help you understand the wisdom and the knowledge of what is like your next steps, and Archangel Jophiel to help you see the beauty, to see that which you are growing, helping you to see the rewards that are coming in for you. So Pile 3, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you truly liked your reading, please give us a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.